And yes, we are heading down the Sharia path ourselves. Also, one thing I noticed as well is that a lot of British people, white British people, for want of a better phrase, are converting to Islam. Whether it's our Church of England, which is fairly useless at the best of times, with Justin Welby, the Archbishop of Canterbury. A lot of white people are converting to Islam as well, which is also, I find, very worrying. But moving on from that, I think as they're an expanding population in this country, the last census, they were 5% of the population, and 10 years later, in 2021, they're 6.5% of the population. They are growing, and they'll be growing in power, and their influence on secular and the religious life of this country will increase. And I think there's a lot of very angry people in this country, and I can't see this ending very well, to be perfectly honest. I think civil unrest, like we saw in Leeds yesterday, is probably the least of our problems.
Yes, tell us about Leeds, because the news is all sort of coming out now. There have been riots in Leeds over an issue with the Bangladeshi people are very upset. Can you tell us what that situation is? I've seen some of the videos. It looks so alarming.
Okay, well, let me just say the problems with the Bangladesh people was in Tower Hamlets in London. Hare Hills is Leeds in the north of England. Right, okay, yeah. The Bangladeshi people were upset that the police in Bangladesh shot somebody dead. So they thought they'd riot in London to show their support for the dead person in Bangladesh.
Oh.
It's a bit like me and you being upset that someone gets shot in America, and me and you go out with our Molotov cocktails and set fire to the state building or something, But what happened in Hare Hills, in Leeds, in Yorkshire, the facts are not entirely confirmed, but what I've been able to piece together from what information I've got is there was a gypsy family who lived in the area, and they left their children unattended. Apparently, a young baby that was less than 1 year of age fell out a window and injured itself, and had to be taken to hospital. And the father was completely apoplectic about it, and he went into the hospital, grabbed the baby, and took it home. The hospital alerted social services, who alerted the police, and they went down and they took all 5 of the family's children into care, the sort of ward of the state, which is arguably heavy-handed, but no problems there. To be fair to the Roma family, the reason they weren't there was because both of them have got jobs, so which is fair enough. They support their children without the state. But anyway, that's by the by. The police turned up and they took the children away, and everybody in the area, which is some Roma people live there, but it's mainly Pakistani heritage Muslims who live there, and they spent the whole evening rioting. The first thing they did was they turned over a police car. They then set fire to 100,000. Yeah, they physically turned it over, and they also set fire to in Australian dollars a 200,000 bus. There's video evidence of the guy with the lighter there looking at a camera saying, "Look, this is what I'm doing," And there were map fires in the street. And they also believe there's a bit of looting going on as well. I'd estimate there were about 500, 600 people out on the streets demonstrating. The police made 3 attempts to regain control of the streets, and each one was a complete and utter failure. Gosh. So we now have this is where the Muslim vote and some aspects of Muslim culture is leading to. We're becoming like Pakistan, where it's mob rule. There is no appreciation for the Enlightenment and Western liberal democracy, and shared values. We are now becoming separate communities. There's a historian who warned that we might live in a country with completely parallel societies, and I should imagine in Australia, particularly in Sydney, you may have the same problem as well longer term.